Tacoma, Washington, it's time to go cruising northwest.
You guys are animals. Don't nail it. Again, a big round of applause for all the gals. Great sprint. And thank you for your help and your assistance, and enjoy the cruise, enjoy the auto show, and we'll see you at the 50s and 60s dance tonight with Junior Cadillac.
All right, now we have your attention. Welcome to Cruising Northwest. The event that we're going to be watching today is going to be the Unique 10 Fantasy. Well, they used to call it a cruise. They're going to call it a fantasy weekend this year. We're watching the Mark Harper video of last year's event when they did call it the Fantasy Cruise. My guest today is Jack Karamanis. Did I do it?
Yeah,
I got
great.
it right. Great. Thanks, Jack. Jack's from the Unique 10 Car Club. Where are you located?
Longview, Washington.
Longview proper.
Longview proper, yeah.
Big time. I like Longview.
Nice town.
The event that we're watching on the screen today will be slightly different from this year's event. This year's event will be held at the Cowlitz County Fairgrounds.
Cowlitz County Fairgrounds.
August 22nd.
August 22nd. Gates open at 8 a.m. for bringing in your vehicle. The dance is at 9 p.m. It'll be Johnny Limbo and the Lug Nuts. There'll be 20 trophies this year given out for various classes of street machines and street rods.
This is an open event, open to
Open
vehicles
to everybody.
of all types.
Yes.
No restriction on yours. Do you have vans and pickups? And
Vans, pickups, four-wheel drives, hot rods, shot rods, originals, restored, antiques, Model A's, Model
yeah, you had a lot of
T's.
Model A's there last year, a whole row.
Oh, yeah, there's the Model A Club in Longview, and they bring us a lot of cars to put in. They took up one whole corner last year. The other club involved is Street Fantasies, and they have a lot of street machines, and they take up one whole row to themselves. We ourselves have, I think, 12 hardcore members, and probably another 10 show up once in a while.
Tell me a little bit about your club. How long has it been going, Jack?
13 years. The club's been in existence. We have 4 charter members who are still involved heavily. There's been, this will be the 13th annual. The first few were a swap meet and a car show. Then we went to a swap meet and a car show and a cruise. And then they went to the swap meet, car show, cruise, and dance. And this year we're going to be to the swap meet and the car show and the dance. And the cruise will be, we're looking for a sponsor for the cruise at this time. If we don't have a sponsor, I believe it'll have to follow under spontaneous cruising on the streets of Longview, which are real well set up for it, and as long as you stay on the main drag.
Well, the main problem with the cruise is that it takes a lot of manpower to have something like that.
A lot of manpower for a controlled one, where there's, the police department this year would like it controlled in that there's a regular route with an entrance and an exit, and a detour route for everyday traffic that doesn't want to be involved in a 30-minute drive to go 10 blocks.
They have a section of Martin Way blocked off down Olympia up here. And it's police department sanctioned. They have a whole section where they do cruising, and it's real nice.
That's what we're looking to accomplish this year. We just need a manpower sponsor is the hardest part.
Well, it's very good. This is a nice event. The Mark Harper video has been out for a while now in the 1-hour version. And we're going to be right back after these words from one of our fine sponsors and make all this possible. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
The famous rocket emblem that has come to represent Oldsmobile quality and value over the years never looked so good as it does at 2323 Auburn Way North in Auburn. That's Roberts Motors, headquarters for Oldsmobile, Jeep, and AMC. Roberts Motors, where they don't just sell cars, they make friends with selection, service, and follow-through. Family owned and operated since 1959. Roberts Motors, 2323 Auburn Way North in Auburn, Little Detroit of the West. If you've tried the rest, now use the best. Liquid Glass will take your vehicle from dull to bright in just one easy step. Liquid Glass contains a powerful cleaning agent, paint restorer, and rust inhibitor, and it's guaranteed safe to use on all paints and finishes. Liquid Glass cleans, polishes, mirror shines, and seals airtight in one simple step. No hard rubbing or buffing. It's easy and simple to use, and each application lasts a full year. It's called Liquid Glass. Suppose you were looking for a 1932 three-window Ford Coupe. Yeah, that's a tough one to find. Probably have to build it. Better yet, let Vintique Reproductions build it for you. That's what they do. It's incredible. They literally recreate the classics. Vintique Reproductions at 9318 24th Avenue East, just off Highway 512 south of Tacoma. Call for a complete catalog of their line of fiberglass body structures, parts, and accessories. Vintique Reproductions, where the past comes alive. The bigger they are, the harder they bump. But Meridian Collision Center does the tough ones, with specialized equipment to handle 18-wheelers, buses, RVs, even fire trucks, from frames to finish. And they stand behind their work all the way. After all, you don't want to get a trucker mad at you. That's why the big ones come from near and far to Meridian Collision Center at 158th and Meridian on Puyallup, South Hill.
Hi, welcome back to Cruzin Northwest. Before the break, we were talking with Jack about the Fantasy Cruise weekend. I guess it's not going to be called a cruise weekend this year officially. It's going to be called the Fantasy Weekend.
Weekend, officially.
We were discussing the lack of manpower and how much effort goes into putting on an actual cruise. What we're hoping is that if a cruise takes place spontaneously, it'll be well controlled, well behaved.
Well behaved, yes.
Well received.
I think it'll be well received. The well behaved is the biggest part. And right there.
I think anytime you get a large cross-section of people from the automotive hobby, you always get a few people that, well, they don't necessarily go along with the program the way everybody does. Our local cruising up here is pretty mild-mannered, well-behaved. We don't have any problems. Hopefully you experience the same thing down there. The proceeds from this show. Part of the proceeds from this do go to charity, don't they?
Yes, they do. We donate to, we have a lot of requests, and we just sort through them after the show and donate money to the ones we feel are in the biggest need for it. That's Best of Show right there. The one that said 12-pack on the license plate.
The green pickup.
The green pickup, yep. Last year's Best of Show.
32 Ford Roadster. I can't miss that.
Yeah, I don't remember which one that one was for sure. A lot of cars come. I think we had 500 cars, 500 entrants last year anyhow.
Entrants come from quite a ways, don't they? You got a long distance that was...
Yeah, the long distance entrant was from New Jersey. He drove a stock, original 63 Pontiac. And he won longest distance, the Best of Show with the green one. Oh, let's see, we're right in that area. There's no, didn't see it.
See, this guy with the Pontiac now, he actually claims that he drove all the way from New Jersey just for this event.
That's what he said.
Who can doubt the man? Huh?
I don't, yeah, I know. He said he just came for this weekend to come all the way out here.
Unbelievable.
He was an older gentleman. I think he's mid-50s. Oh, that's from a local body shop. A little Honda car is.
Oh, Honda car made into a pickup truck.
Yeah.
You give 20 awards down there.
Yeah, we're going to have 20 trophies this year. And they'll cover everything, classes of street rods, hot rods, Best of Show. We're going to saving about 3 just for outstanding cars. There's always a car to 3 that catches your eye, even though it doesn't fall in any particular class. It just stands right out. And the lady that you saw at the beginning here is now with Playboy and will be Miss August. the first lady that was walking across the stage there came in second place at our Miss Fantasy Weekend contest. There'll be a...
There's going to be a contest again this year, too,
yes.
isn't there?
Yeah, yeah, that was a well-received part of it. We're going to have another one of those. There'll be also be a lingerie show put on by a local shop earlier in the day. There'll be a beer garden available for people that like to drink beer. It'll be sponsored by Budweiser Beer this year. They'll have their little blow-up six-pack there in their tall bottle, I'm sure, again.
And we'll be right back after this message from one of our sponsors.
I'm glad this wasn't me. My mechanic said I needed my carburetor rebuilt. I was worried because I smelled gas fumes. What worried me even more, being a single woman, was trusting a garage to be honest with me. My friend, she told me about carburation technology. They did a great job and charged a lot less than I expected.
Carburation Technology, locations in Kent, Renton, Spanaway, and now in Lacey. For the location nearest you, call one of these numbers or 1-800-433-CARB.
Hagen's, 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 Hagen's. How many times have you heard the name? 4. Parts, manuals, magazines, literature, parts, and more parts. Old parts, very old parts, even new parts. More than just one part? How about all the parts? They're all at Hagen's. Hagen's Auto Parts at 8526 River Road in Puyallup. Call the parts number, 845-7020, Hagen's. If Hagen's hasn't got it, it probably wasn't made. If the name is Oldsmobile, the name is Roberts. Roberts Motors at 2323 Auburn Way North in Auburn. Olds owners have come to depend upon Roberts for parts, for service, and for the little extras that make owning a classic Olds something special. Whether your classic is from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, or is one of tomorrow's classics, Roberts Motors is there for you at 2323 Auburn Way North. Roberts Motors in Auburn. You may have noticed there's a brand new look at Leslie's in Lakewood's Colonial Center, where host Les Skelly presents a complete luncheon and dinner fare. Steak supreme, fresh seafood, the salad bar, and prime rib, as only Leslie's can prepare it. And when the sun goes down, things get lively in the Nightlife Lounge. So if you're tired of the routine, visit Leslie's in Lakewood and enjoy.
Hi, welcome back to Cruzin Northwest. I'm Dick Page, and my guest today is Jack Karamenis. He's given me a quick course on how to pronounce his last name. I hope I don't murder it too bad.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Jack, your club gives away a lot of door prizes down there. I might be wrong, but I think it's somebody said it was a couple $1,000s worth of door prizes. Is that close?
Close to that. We try to get all the local businesses to donate a door prize. There's 40 or 50 businesses along 15th where they do a lot of heavy cruising and in turn consume a lot of beverages, and we always like to ask all them for a door prize to pass away. And there's a lot of auto parts stores in the immediate neighborhood that donate stuff. There's a town across the river in Oregon, Rainier, Oregon, stores there donate door prizes. We get a lot from the town. The business part of the town is real supportive of our event.
Well, that's good. Now, this is a two-day event.
Yeah, Friday night, the Downtown Association is planning on having an Elvis impersonator putting on a show. That'll be Friday night. And it's going to be at the Columbia Theater in downtown Longview, which is a few blocks from the fairgrounds.
I imagine you bring 500 cars into a town size of Longview and spend a couple of $100 each. It probably makes a big difference in the town's economy.
Oh, yeah, we buy out. There's a Safeway on the cruise route, and their beer and pop coolers are empty by Saturday night. They like that real well, and there's a tavern that is also on the cruise route that uses paper cups and uses their parking lot. And it works out pretty good. I think we bring 500 cars to the show, and we have about 1,500 cars on the street. And the actual cruise part of it is a lot of the people that just come for the cruise and don't come for the show or come for the dance.
How many people do you have take advantage of your overnight parking? I mean, not overnight, but overnight camping.
Camping on the fairgrounds. I think we had maybe 15 cars last year that spent overnight. But we're encouraging more of that this year so that we aren't drinking and driving after the dance. You can just camp out right here in the fairgrounds.
Right.
Much safer, much less costly. Oh yes, there's lots of that walking around down there all the time. It's a lot for Longview. It's one of the larger events the city has. It draws more people into town than other than maybe the fair itself.
Where does the dance take place? That's Saturday night, isn't it?
Saturday night at the fairgrounds in the main building where the vendors are in the daytime. There's this year be Johnny Limbo and the Lugnuts. They're out of Portland, and they played at a couple other of our cruises. And they do real well.
I've heard of them, but I've never seen them perform.
You'll like them. They're real good.
Oh, go ahead. What were you going to say about the Chevrolet?
I was thinking that one was there 2 years in a row, but I could be real wrong. I don't. Sometimes you see a lot of cars, real hard to remember each and every car.
Yeah, but drive-in down there has something to do with cruising, don't you? What's it called?
We have the Cruzin drive-in.
The Cruzin drive-in.
The Cruzin drive-in on Commerce Avenue. So when you're down there cruising, make sure to cruise into the Cruzin. The car hops wear roller skates and skate right out to take your order.
Is that right? This is a weekly event, I take it.
Oh, yeah. The drive-in's open all week. And they play 50s and 60s rock and roll on their jukebox.
We're going to stop for a commercial break, hear from some of our sponsors. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
When Doug's High Performance Warehouse ran this newspaper ad recently, it caused a lot of talk. For the first time in Northwest's leading high-performance automotive supplier, offering wholesale prices to the public. Here's one example of what that means to you. And you'll find the same kind of savings on all 109 product lines at Doug's High Performance Warehouse, where qualified counter personnel will serve your needs and back up your purchase with service. Doug's, wholesale to you at 2316 A Street in Tacoma.
Zdravo, ja sam Preki iz Tacoma Zvezda. Moja Honda prevod iz Južne Takome motora je zaista pobednik.
That's right, Preki. No matter how you say it, the entire selection of new Hondas is a winning lineup. They're exciting and always perform like real stars. Score big on the Honda of your choice at South Tacoma Motors. Hey, is this yours?
Yeah, join the team at South Tacoma Motors.
We invite you to be a part of our winning team of customers.
If you've tried the rest, now use the best. Liquid Glass will take your vehicle from dull to bright in just one easy step. Liquid Glass contains a powerful cleaning agent, paint restorer, and rust inhibitor, and it's guaranteed safe to use on all paints and finishes. Liquid Glass cleans, polishes, mirror shines, and seals airtight in one simple step. No hard rubbing or buffing. It's easy and simple to use, and each application lasts a full year. It's called Liquid Glass.
I've got to get up on a ladder to change the air filter in this baby, so I put in the Fram Extra Life. Lasts 50% longer than the old Fram single filter, but it doesn't cost any more. Inside, it works like two filters, an ordinary filter and an extra filter. You can get this double filter for your car, so why not put in the Fram Extra Life? 50% extra protection at no extra cost.
Fram Extra Life air filters now on sale at all Big Wheel Auto Parts stores.
Hi, welcome back to Cruising Northwest. This is Dick Page, and I've been talking to Jack Paramanis from the Fantasy Weekend 1987. The name of your club is?
Unique 10.
Unique 10. We're going to stop in a second here, and we have a new feature on Cruising Northwest. Actually, it's called Anderson Alley. This will be Robbie Knievel at the Tacoma Dome that we're going to watch here. We won't be able to see it on the monitor, I'm sorry to say, but Tim Anderson went down to Tacoma Dome and saw Robbie Knievel attempt to do a world's record jump, no hands jump through midair. We're going to see if he makes it. When did this take place? 1986, right? Mark nods his head. 87? 1987, Robbie Knievel at the Tacoma Dome. Anderson's Alley is a new feature on Cruising Northwest, and we're going to have it every week. And we're going to be doing some interesting things. We're going to go out and interview some people, go to some garages, see some vehicles that are being built, hopefully some of the new drag cars that are being done, and just generally cruise the Northwest in a new fashion. So stay tuned. We're going to watch Tim Anderson now.
Who knows what evil lurks in the shadows of the Northwest? Tim Anderson does in Anderson's Alley.
It's now a privilege to be performing for a lot of good people who make more noise than any place I've ever been, right here in Tacoma, Washington.
The Tacoma Dome finds its way to the end of the alley. Here, the legendary Robbie Knievel will give us a real treat.
And I think it's pretty damn lucky just to know you're born American. Thank you. I hope to see you next year again.
Okay, Robbie Knievel will make his final preparations. He'll get his jumps fired up. He'll get his motorcycle fired up. He'll get his jump measured out. Remember, he is doing a personal indoor best. Attempting to here tonight. Personal distance record indoors of 105 feet. He's on his way. Here he comes.
I went a little further than I thought I was gonna, and got down there into the bales and that slick cement, but got the brakes and no problem.
And was it Caesar's Palace where they have the fountains?
Yeah, Caesar's Palace. My dad tried that back in 1968. Another guy tried it in 1980, and they both almost got killed. And after the other guy mouthed off and said he could do it no problem, I don't know if they're ever gonna let anybody jump it again, but I'm the only one that'll have a shot at it. I got the name, and I'm going to take advantage of it.
You should. You should.
Thanks, Robbie, for another job well done. Next week, fly high with the hot air balloon. And that's what's happening here in Anderson's Alley. Woo!
All right, he made it. Great jump. I don't know. Boy, a guy would do something like that for money? I don't know. This is pretty scary, but that's the worst.
Yeah.
Next week, Tim's going to have a little thing on hot air balloons. I haven't seen it. I don't know much about it. I hope Tim goes up. I'd like to see that. Huh? Tim and a hot air balloon. I love it. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this. More Cruising Northwest.
Hagen's, 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 Hagen's. How many times have you heard the name?
4.
Parts, manuals, magazines, literature, parts, and more parts. Old parts, very old parts, even new parts. More than just one part? How about all the parts? They're all at Hagen's. Hagen's Auto Parts at 8526 River Road in Puyallup. Call the parts number, 845-7020, Hagen's. If Hagen's hasn't got it, it probably wasn't made. You drive a Corvette because it's special. And when it needs service or repairs, you want it treated just that way. That's why Pacific Corvette is in business to provide special equipment and expertise for body repairs, alignment, suspension, parts. More than 5,000 different components are in stock at Pacific Corvette, where they treat your special car just that way. Pacific Corvettes at 112th and Canyon Road in Puyallup, where your car and you are special. They just don't build them like that anymore, and they haven't since about 1971. These are the classics, and they're worth some TLC. At Thumbs Up, the Classic Car Care Center at 166th and Meridian on Puyallup, South Hill. Restoration, rebuilding, repair, maintenance, they do it all at the one-stop Classic Car Service Center, Thumbs Up. Move forward to the past. Call Thumbs Up today. Ask about their brand of TLC, Total Lasting Care. Thumbs Up, just north of Thunfield on Meridian in Puyallup.
And in all my years of being in the automobile business, coming from a family that's been selling Fords on South Tacoma Way since 1916, I know a couple of things when it comes to the issue of consumer protection. One is I really recommend that you shop when you're looking for a car. I certainly recommend that you look at Ford. The quality that Ford has to offer today is truly outstanding. And naturally, I recommend that on your list come to Malin Ford in South Tacoma. You'll be happy that you did.
Hi, welcome back to Cruzin Northwest. We've been talking with Jack Karamenis from the Unique Tin from Vancouver. I'm sorry, Jack. Bound to happen.
Longview.
Longview, Washington.
Longview, Washington.
People that want to know more about your fantasy weekend. Do you have a phone number on the top of your head?
206-577-3825. They can call that number and either leave their name and number or talk to somebody if anyone's there. And it's August 22nd, 8 a.m. for the car show, approximately 5 p.m. for the cruise, and 9 p.m. for the dance.
Well, great. Thanks, Jack. Really appreciate you being here. And for the rest of your club members that chickened out and didn't come, what can I say?
I don't know.
Huh? Put the load on good old Jack.
Really? That's all back out the last minute.
I want to just, before the end of the show, we run out of time, I want to thank the good people at Channel 11 for their encouragement and support and cooperation and putting this puppy on the air. We're really having a good time doing this, and something that needed to be done. We're filling a real void here, I think, for a lot of people. This whole car hobby is big stuff. There's a lot of people out there interested, and we're getting a lot of good reactions from the people that enjoy watching our show. And in the same vein, if you happen to be in one of our sponsors' stores, tell them if you like our show. If you don't shop in a sponsor store, give them a call. Tell them that you watch the show and you appreciate seeing it on the air. They'd like to hear that from you. I'm going to tell you about a few things that are coming up. Tomorrow, Leslie's is going to have the Big Wheel Auto Parts rod run, and that's 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Now, there's going to be $2,000 in door prizes. They're going to give away a free dash black to the first 250 cars that show up. They're going to have awards, T-shirts, hat pins, music, entertainment. Great pretenders are going to perform. It's going to be quite a show. That's at Leslie's tomorrow. Let's see here. Find all my notes here. The Northwest Van Council tells us that they're going to have a van show at Spanaway, Washington, the July 4th weekend. That's the 3rd to the 5th. And that's going to be at the Grange in... I'm not that familiar with the Grange, but it's Clover Creek Grange in Spanaway. Bush's Cruzin every Friday and Saturday night. Don't forget that. They have 50s and 60s music by Walt Kaplan, and that's on 38th and South Tacoma Way. The big old-time drags put on by the Old Timers Car Club and Seattle International Raceways, along with the Nostalgia Drag Racing Association, will be July 11th and 12th at SIR. That's going to be real big. We're going to be bringing you highlights from that on this show. I want to thank you for joining us again this week on Cruzin Northwest, and we'll see you next week. We'll see Mark go up in a hot air balloon. Don't miss it. Thanks. Well, as usual, a half hour isn't long enough to say everything we had to say, so I want to remind you about a few things. We want to welcome aboard R&B Obsolete in Snohomish, one of our new sponsors, and also a big welcome to Carburetor Technology, another new sponsor. Getting crowded around here, it feels good. Bush's event from the 17th was a very good event, a great turnout. We had over 300 cars. We made a 1-hour video that'll be out soon, and it'll be available at Doug's High Performance Warehouse and also Sparrow Video. April's Mustang show down at Port Angeles on the pier, Mark Harper was there. That'll be available soon at Doug's High Performance Warehouse and Sparrow Video, and it'll also be a subject of a future Cruzin Northwest program. Now, Saturday, May 9th, they had the Mike Sample event down in Olympia, and that was a very good event. Nice turnout. They raised over $7,000 in a parking lot. Just great. It really gives you a good feeling to be able to help with something like that. A lot of people turned out and did a lot. Next week on Cruzin Northwest, we're going to have some people from the Olympia Street Rod Association, George Varner, some other people are going to come on. They're going to tell us a little bit more about the event that took place. For those of you that don't know what we're talking about, Mike Sample's a guy from the Olympia Street Rod Association. He contracted a virus in his heart, and he's in need of about $50,000 to cover some medical expenses that are not covered by insurance. And some people are trying to help him out. Thanks a lot for watching Cruzin Northwest. See you next week, same time, same station.